Now, for the month of April, Onvo sold 4,400 cars, which this is not bad, especially looking at the fact that, look, deliveries plummeted a lot, and to see that there are still people that are buying this model, it's something that is great, because a lot of people lost hope when they could not receive their orders by December. But it looks like steadily the orders, the deliveries are steady, and this could be something great, obviously, for Nio, right? As a whole, in terms of deliveries, 4,400, it's pretty decent. And yeah, I know we want 10,000 from Onvo, 15,000, 20,000 from Onvo, but it's not yet there. Hopefully the L90, which Nio did a pre-launch, or Onvo rather did a pre-launch during the Shanghai Auto Show, will revive the sales and make Nio be able to sell at least over 10,000 deliveries of this model, which, if that is the case, if Nio can push to get to that, it's going to be lights out. You will know that June, July, those are the months that L90 is expected to come with sales, and hopefully we will get to see deliveries improving. But until then, one of the things that we are seeing Nio doing, of course, is to try to integrate Nio and Onvo, so that people know, or they are aware that, look, Onvo is part of Nio. They are doing this by also introducing, obviously, Onvo onto Nio, some of the Nio stores. They are also doing this by obviously merging position of Onvo and Nio as one, which when you go to a specific, or probably an Onvo personnel, you'll still find information about Nio. When you go to a personnel of Nio, you'll still get information about Onvo, which is something that is great, because they are integrating the systems of these companies to try to revive the sales of Onvo. I mean, as on the screen, you notice that the Nio's team is reportedly continues for sales channel integration of Nio and Onvo brands. In several cities, sales of Nio and Onvo brands are starting to be headed by the same person. These changes are aimed at integrating the sales channels for the Nio and Onvo brands to improve organizational efficiency. So it's not just to make people to be aware about the brand, but it's to also improve the organizational efficiency. At first, you will know that Onvo was just doing its own thing outside of Nio. It was a separate thing, but right now, since the new president came in, Shen Fei, who was the head of Nio Power, he has introduced some pretty good strategies, like obviously the strategy of seeing Onvo being integrated onto Nio, Onvo users having access onto Nio House, right? When you buy Onvo, you also have got the same benefits that Nio users will have at the Nio House, which is something that is great. And this integration is making, obviously, not just attracting potential clients to come and buy Nio Onvo cars, but it is also making Nio to save costs, because right now, instead of duplicating positions, some positions are being merged, and it's one position that person will be doing, or will be working that position for both Nio and Onvo, which this again, it will save Nio money, which is something that is great. And knowing that we are going to profitability, I think it's a very good strategy that Nio is implementing. Positions like general managers, these are some of the positions that are being merged to say that the general manager for Nio will also become the general manager for obviously Onvo. And this is, I think it's pretty strategic, because these general managers for Nio, they're already experienced. They know what attracts customers. They know what makes customers buy the cars. They know how to convert, of course, the test drives into actual orders, which is something that is great, because they are bringing some experience to obviously Onvo as well, which should lead into the deliveries of Onvo also improving with time. So I am very excited. I am very happy about what we are seeing onto Nio. The integration is not only to attract customers, clients, but it's also to improve the efficiency of Nio. You will know that Nio, when it comes to spending, especially this year, they are very, very, very cautious of their spending, because they want to find themselves in Q4 reaching profitability, which, seeing that they are doing this is part of the initiative, or this is part of the plan or strategy they are doing, so that at least they don't have to pay two people on a position that can be done by one personnel, which is something that already this is great. This is amazing, because can you imagine the positions, how much a general manager will get paid? I think they get paid a lot of money, and therefore if Nio is already managing those posts, and this general manager of Nio is still a general manager of Onvo, I think this will make things to be better financially, because they will be saving money at the same time pushing more sales, which will unlock more revenues, which more revenues will lead into, of course, more profits, which this, my friends, it's something that is just so great. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd come and give you this quick updates. I know Onvo right now it's not performing as per what was expected of it, but hopefully things get better with time. L90 it's coming, and hopefully L90 does help Onvo to get over 10,000 deliveries, which if that can be the case, I think a lot of the new investors will be very happy with what they will be seeing, because Onvo L90, let's face it, the market, or its market, it's around 48% when you look into the car market in China, right? This is what the president of Nio told us. This is why Nio decided to go for large SUVs and not MPVs, because the market for MPVs is still below 10%. This is what we read from the president, which makes sense why Nio would go for large SUV market and not maybe MPVs. MPVs, I think Nio will still do it, but at a later stage. But for now, because they want to reach profitability, it is important that the products they launch really helps them to get to profitability, which is something that is great. Later during this year, Q4, you will know that Nio or Onvo expects to launch the third brand called the L80, which is something that is great, something that is exciting. I wonder if Onvo will have a shooting brake or a station wagon or a touring version, because from what we are seeing from the elder brother Nio, these models tend to perform better. I wonder if they will have that, but what we know for now is that there will be 3 models that Onvo will be selling next year, and that should even take Nio to the next level, which is something that is great. Can you imagine the total deliveries that we'll be seeing from Nio next year around this time? I think we are not ready. We are not ready. You are not ready, guys. But I think next year there is a possibility, I think, of Nio selling 1 million units, or getting to almost 1 million units, which if they are to get to that range, I think it will be lights out, man, right? And yeah, the more Nio is revealing these products, the more technology they are advancing even on the existing models, which is why we are seeing also facelift models going to be introduced of their 2024 models that they've been selling, which is a good thing to Nio, right? So tell me what you think about this. Let me not make this video any longer. Long term will win. Blue sky is coming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I remain long, I remain strong on to Nio, because I know one thing, and that is blue sky is coming. Share this video to those that you know they are liking or they are dying for Nio content, because I've noticed that some people still don't know much about Nio. On the streets of social media, some people, you can see that, of course, they need more content about Nio so that they can get to know what Nio is about and what makes Nio special. So share this video. I appreciate those that have been sharing. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate the likes. I'll keep coming. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. And God bless you all.